So never in my life did I think I would be making another Battlefront news video, but here we are, boys. We've actually got some very, very exciting news. No, it's not the news that we all want. It's not a Battlefront 3. I know, it's sad, but this is one of the next best things we could probably have gotten, and I'm going to break all of that news down for you guys. There's actually quite a bit to go through, and then also just give my thoughts on it as well at the end of the video. Now, I'm sure most of you guys have already seen a lot of talk about this, but if you haven't, the original Battlefront 1 and 2, so Battlefront 2004 and 2005, are actually being essentially revived. They're being turned into the Classic Collection, which is, I guess, what you would call a remaster, because it's got 4K textures and all that kind of thing, and it is being brought to current gen consoles as well as PC, as well as previous gen consoles in the PS4 and the Xbox One and stuff like that. So this is going to be playable on essentially any console that you guys have, and it is definitely very exciting to think about. Now, going through all of the basic info before we get into the nitty gritty, the game is going to be $35 US, and like I said, this will be available on the Switch, the PS5 and PS4, the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X and S, and it will also be on PC via Steam, dropping on March 14th. So we're only about 3 weeks away, which is actually pretty insane to think about. The Classic Collection is going to be having 64 player online, so this is going to be a genuine multiplayer Battlefront experience. Yes, it is a little bit older and all that kind of thing, but this is going to be a genuine multiplayer game. It's not just like we're going to be playing against bots and stuff like that, though you obviously can do that if you want. And there is actually some new content, or it's not technically new, but some previously console exclusive content is going to be now on all platforms as well. So there is going to be plenty of exciting stuff for us to get our hands on. Now, the game, like I said, is going to be including the 2004 and 2005 games, so it's going to have all of the content from both of those games. But on top of that, we're actually getting 5 bonus maps, those being Jabba's Palace, Cloud City, Renvar Harbor, Renvar Citadel, and the Yavin 4 Arena. And then we're also getting 2 new heroes as well, in Asajj Ventress and Kit Fisto. Now, like I said, these were previously console exclusive, so I believe that the 2 heroes I just mentioned were on the Xbox, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these maps may be on PlayStation, because I remember I've played some of those maps before. So like I said, this isn't brand new content, but it's now available to everyone rather than being console exclusive. So some of you guys who played the original games may have actually never played any of this content, and therefore it is, in a way, going to be new to a lot of people. Now, reading through a bunch of the information that's on their website, as well as some good little tidbits in here talking about what we can expect outside of the stuff I just mentioned. They talk a little bit about the game modes, and they say traverse the galaxy in campaign mode and galactic conquest. For galactic conquest, it says devise your strategy, recruit your troops, and execute your tactical vision for conquering the galaxy. I'm sure a lot of you guys played galactic conquest in the original games, and this is awesome for us to finally have back. This is one of the most loved things in any Star Wars game ever, so I cannot wait to be playing that once again. And then they mention both of the campaigns from the original 2 games. For the original Battlefront, it says experience iconic battles from Star Wars episodes 1 through 6. And then for the Battlefront 2 campaign, it says join the rise of Darth Vader's elite 501st Legion of Stormtroopers. So I'm sure, again, you guys have probably played both of those in the originals, but for anyone who hasn't, this is some pretty awesome new content that you guys are going to get to experience. It then talks a little bit about multiplayer. It says massive locations with up to 64 player online support, fight on the ground, Wookiee warriors, jet troopers, droidicas, and more in massive multiplayer action, drive iconic vehicles, speeder bikes, ATSTs, ATRTs, and more in offensive and defensive battles, as well as pilot legendary starships, TIE fighters, X-Wings, and more in space and air dogfights. It then also touches on expanded Hero Assault, and it says for the first time ever, Hero Assault is playable on all ground maps, including Death Star, Kashyyyk, Kamino, and Naboo. It says fight with heroes Mace Windu, Yoda, Luke Skywalker, and many others, and battle with villains Darth Maul, General Grievous, Darth Vader, and many others as well. So they're running us through a bunch of stuff we can expect. Like I said, if you guys have played the originals, it's pretty much the same stuff we've all experienced in there. There's nothing drastically new coming to this or anything. It's mostly just the combination of it and the fact that it is kind of remastered in terms of it will be slightly upscaled. They've not like fully remastered the game, so it looks like Battlefront 2 2017, for example. As you guys can see from the trailer in the background, it does still very much look like the original game. So don't expect anything like wild here in terms of what we're going to be playing. It is very much going to be a 2004 and 2005 level game, but just slightly upscaled and probably look a little bit better than it used to, as well as being combined together. But for me personally, I'm all for it. I think it's great to be able to go back and play a game like this, or these multiple games, I guess, because I know a lot of us grew up on it, and all of us who have been playing the newer Battlefront games, or at least the majority of us anyway, we're all crying out for a Battlefront 3, and that's what we most desperately want. But at the end of the day, this is kind of a good little stopgap. It's obviously not going to be nearly as good as what a Battlefront 3 could be, but it is going to be a lot of fun to go back and play this. Now, I actually looked on the Xbox store to just double check that this was there, because it said you can pre-order it now. It comes in at freaking 57 gigabytes. So as you guys can tell, it is going to be upscaled and everything like that. I definitely did not expect this to be over 50 gig. That is actually mental to even look at. So I'm very keen to play it and just see how different it feels. I don't think it will feel that much different, but it definitely seems as though it might look a little bit crisper than it did in the past. Now, one of the few downsides that we've gotten so far is that there is apparently no crossplay for this, unfortunately, which is a big bummer. I was actually going to get it on my Xbox because I just prefer playing with the Xbox controller, but then I'm not going to be able to play with any of my PlayStation friends, and most of my friends have PlayStation, so that is a bit of a bummer. And I kind of wish the fact that they're bringing it to all of the platforms and stuff, and then there's no crossplay, that's a bummer, and that's obviously going to hurt the player base as well. Then again, I haven't seen any genuine official word on this or anything like that from Aspire or Lucasfilm themselves. I've only seen this confirmed through like online journalism sites and stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see for a bit more, I guess, concrete information. But yeah, from what I've heard, there is apparently no crossplay, and that is a big bummer. I do hope that I'm wrong on that front though. Now, anyways, I could definitely go on and on about this game, and I definitely will be in the lead up to the game. So what I will say is I'm going to leave it there, but there will be plenty more content coming on the channel in the next few weeks. And obviously once the game's out, there'll be even more content as well. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled, and I'm keen to hear what type of content you guys want to see, so be sure to leave that down in the comment section as well. I will honestly probably do some guides and stuff like that, because there's going to be a lot of new people playing the game that have never played before, and even hell, the people who did, like myself, that was 20 freaking years ago. So I probably will do a few guides and all that kind of thing. But if you want to see some more just like silly, fun gameplay and stuff like that, me and the boys just jumping on and doing some galactic conquest and all that kind of thing, be sure to let me know down below, because there is a lot of fun content that could be made with this game. So leave all of your thoughts down in the comment section. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and may the force be with you always.